everybody, welcome. It's Lydia Kozawa here, and today we're gonna be getting into some VTuber and Newsy news. But before we do, please make sure to smash subscribe, hit that like button, and also if you can subscribe to my other channels here, that would be super awesome. Thank you so much. All right, on to our first piece of Newsy news. This is Minato AQUA, and we all know that AQUA is affiliated with Hololive and has since graduated. So why are we talking about AQUA today? Well, we're gonna be talking about AQUA and also Matsuri. The story is a little bit convoluted, so let's take it step by step, okay? Okay. So Matsuri had tweeted, Minato AQUA will be reincarnated as a god. So one would be like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Like, is that like that's a really kind thing to say? Or, you know, is this like, you know, a hint, or like, what is this, right? So, you know, sometimes VTubers like to be a little bit vague when it comes to their postings. So what do human beings do? That's right. We need to try and put the pieces together to try to understand the narrative so that our meat brains can figure out what's going on. Okay, so because Matsuri tweeted this and AQUA's retirement concert was very recent, people were like, oh man, this has got to mean something. So what happened was this VTuber kind of got caught in the crosshairs. Let me explain. So this VTuber is called Tamogami Nagi, and they are a god VTuber. This person was like, hey, be reincarnated to a god. This person's a god VTuber. So someone was like, hold on a second. So people were like, this person is Minato AQUA. Based on the various supporting evidence and statements, it seems likely that Minato AQUA will be reincarnated as Great Mother Goddess Nagi. Matsuri-chan's comments were particularly impactful. And this says, Nagi-sama's Temu advertising agency was also AQUA Crew LLC. There's also Nagi-sama's own mysterious 28th recommendation. This is essentially the screenshots here. They are in Google Translate, so they're not going to be perfect, but there's something here. Okay, so then essentially AQUA announces graduation. Around the time advertiser for newcomer Nagi started appearing on YouTube was AQUA Crew LLC. The way Nagi speaks in Desuja, and she calls herself a godly VTuber. Then Matsuri posted Minato AQUA will be reincarnated as a god, and then deleted it immediately after posting. And then it's Nagi, the great mother goddess, says to resist great powers. And it says, in order to resist this great power, I'm thinking of using something called a voice changer to convey my voice. And then Minato AQUA makes a meaningful statement in a video saying, if I disappear, please assume that a great power is at work. And it says Minato AQUA's comments in the video. Finally, there's something I want to tell you all. Well, if I say something really strange now, please just listen to me. If something were to happen to me, I want you to know that there is a huge power at work that I cannot understand. I will live another day. I hereby pledge to never give up and continue fighting for justice. Right now, you may not understand what I'm saying, but you may or may not understand the future, so please listen to the last song. This particular VTuber, instead of like denying all the rumors, just kind of went along with it, which is a little bit dangerous. So Tamogami Nagi says, did you even take a video of Temu? Is this where it started to get revealed? Careless. So instead of saying, no, hey, that's not me, they're just like, oh, you're being careless with this information, right? This was another thing that people were trying to like kind of connect the dots with. But there's like, it seems too many people don't realize the secret behind the name. Minato AQUA. Minato is port, AQUA is sea. Great Mother, Goddess Nagi. Great Mother is Sea Nagi, calm, state of the sea. State of the sea that's seen from the port. In other words, the name of the Great Mother Goddess Nagi itself means Minato AQUA, the dark side of the port. This person, again, instead of denying it, it says, sometimes silence is better than love. Whatever the circumstances, the next person to appear will not be Minato AQUA. You're like, okay, well, what does that mean? And then what happened was the day of AQUA's stream, this person tweets like right before AQUA's graduation stream, I need to get ready soon. So you're like, okay, well, for what? Like very vague, right? So then after AQUA's stream, they tweet the end. So you're like, what does that mean, right? So like you can understand why people would have been like trying to desperately connect the dots. Like, oh my God, is this person? This person is not AQUA. This is not the reincarnation of AQUA. This person, on one hand, like, are they being an opportunist by trying to be like, oh, is it me? Or is it not me? Like, it's not nice to toy with people's emotions. At the same time, as a VTuber, some people just try what you can to get your name out there, right? Because in a sea of VTubers, you kind of want to stand out. If you're handed this golden opportunity on a plate, you kind of want to take advantage of it. However, not very nice to take advantage of a fan base. They will not be happy. So yeah, even if you get followers, you're getting followers under false pretenses, and it's really not a vibe for anyone. Anyways, long story short, this person, Tagogami Nagi, is not a Minato Aqua. However, will the stunt pull in some extra fans? This is the thing. This is the questionable thing, right? Ethics in VTubing is not something that's really been fully established yet. So what she did, that's kind of unethical. Toying with people's emotions right after graduation, probably not a nice thing to do. But also, this brings up a very interesting point that I've been saying. It's just like, well, the thing about the anonymity of VTubers is voice actor doesn't really get credit, right? Because nobody really knows who the voice actor is, which is a blessing and a curse. What I'm trying to say is sometimes VTubers don't get credit for their hard work because of the allure of being a VTuber, the anonymity of the internet. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, you don't get the credit, but on the other hand, someone else can take the credit for your hard work. So anyways, long story short, this person is not Minato Aqua, but they're certainly pretending to be, which is not cool. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. All right, this is Victoria Brightshield. Victoria Brightshield is a female virtual YouTuber affiliated with NIJI Sanji's Ninth Wave, TTT. We talked about Victoria recently. I mean, she didn't do anything, but essentially she was kind of in the crosshairs because she was in a fighting tournament and Doki was there. You know, that's something that we covered in our last video. Anyways, but this is Victoria Brightshield. Okay, why are we talking about Victoria today? People on Reddit, they have a great memory, so let's take a look here. This post on the Kurosanji subreddit posted by Sisel Tigre says, a quick reminder of what the NDF, when they say NDF, they mean NIJI Sanji Defense Force. A quick reminder of what some NDF were like when Vivi spoke out about her dissatisfaction with NIJI. So if you remember Victoria Brightshield, she was left out of the NBA collab, which at the end of the day wasn't actually a collab. It was just a licensing agreement with the NBA. It was a licensing collab. It wasn't an actual collab like what Hololive did with the Dodgers. It was a big farce. But anyways, Victoria was left out, which was not cool. So it's like everyone had like the Christmas potluck and you weren't invited. And you're like, oh, that sucks. I'm a little bit bummed about that. So she went to Twitter. It was like, thought about it. Still feels bad to be left out. So that was from the NBA collab. So the NIJI Sanji Defense Force and the NIJISISTERS were like, Victoria Brightshield, I love you, but I hate you for this because it's quite literally the most unprofessional and inflammatory thing you could have done. But if you're bummed out, that's okay. But the F are you telling us for? Just more ammo to the fire. You are no longer top mogger. And this person was like, you never learned. Go speak with a staff if you're not sure what's happening behind, not blindly tweeting on Twitter like this. Does 100 plus livers need to know beforehand about collabs that they're not a part of? So like, wow, absolute like tearing Victoria apart. However, with the controversy with Doki, they're like, oh, we love Victoria. Victoria's the best. It's like, but literally they took her down not that long ago. What, May 25th, you know? So it's a little bit crazy. Sometimes trying to apply logic to people who don't use logic is a little bit difficult. Yeah, the NIJI Sanji Defense Force and the NIJISISTERS are a little bit nutty, guys. They're a little bit nutty. They're a bit of a teensy tiny toxic fan base. Many livers have even left NIJI Sanji just because of the toxicity of the fan base. And you can kind of see why in this example, right? It's just, it's terrible. Anyways, let's take a look at what the people on Reddit got to say. This person says, I had completely forgotten that they went off on Vivi when she made her concerns known. What gal they have to turn around and defend her now? I like Vivi, so I've always been supporting her, even though I don't watch her as much. But these hypocrites need to be called out. Here, this person says, you can spot some of them who blame Vivi are now blaming Doki and Samjam. They are more mad about people who voice the bad than the bad itself. I literally cannot understand standing for a company over livers. You don't enjoy the company, you enjoy the livers. Yes, this is what I've been saying the whole time. It goes to show how little they care for the talent. Same with Scarl and Rosemi. It goes to show they only Oshi Kurosanji when in many instances they should be pissed at them. That's NIJISISTERS for you, making as little sense as possible. Doing a deep dive into the minds of the NDF and NIJISISTERS is a bit of a confusing swim. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. We got Mikeneko. Let's kind of get into what Mikeneko did today. Here's the rumor from the rumor mill. Okay, Mikeneko used to work at Hololive and then, got fired and all that stuff and messy divorce, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Mikeneko and Aqua actually did not get along. That is the rumor. So what happened was after Aqua's graduation stream, Mikeneko decided to stream in what VTuber fans viewed as a celebratory manner. This is someone kind of describing what that stream was. So it says, today, Michan. So when they say Michan, they mean Mikeneko. After Aqua's graduation announcement, she started her twitcasting with max excitement and sang her graduation song in high spirits. What's wrong, everyone? She asked, laughing wryly as she continued to comment and talk. The comment section was filled with comments like, Minato Aqua retires. She suddenly wrote thank you on a piece of paper and signed it by hand. And she ended the conversation by saying, justice will prevail. That is rumor. So you can see why people were a little bit confused. Anyways, so Mikeneko obviously has to go into damage control. So she's tweeted that this morning and she said, the broadcast has started. I'm really troubled by the fact that people are saying all sorts of things about the graduation of a certain person. When she says certain person, she means Aqua. So I'm broadcasting this urgently. No archives. However, clippers be clippers.
ここから説明するね。で、なんか卒業ソングを私が歌ったんですか？歌は歌ったけど卒業ソングなんて歌ってない。歌ってないんだよ。テンションなんて今。
The people on the Clover site were able to kind of sum this up in a nutshell, saying the stream was basically to deny the rumors of her making fun of Aqua's graduation announcement. So that, long story short, she was just pretty much saying like, hey, no, that's not what happened. That wasn't what the intention of that stream was. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. Twitch has actually come out and apologized to VTubers, which is pretty astounding considering that VTubers are treated like the black sheep of the family when it comes to Twitch. This is posted on Twitter/X, and this is Dextero saying, Twitch apologized to VTubers following a new collab feature that enabled their webcams without permission. Saying, based on community feedback, drop-ins now start with your camera disabled even if your camera was previously set up. We apologize to any users, particularly VTubers, who may have had their camera enabled by accident due to previous functionality. Long story short, Twitch had enabled a feature called knock. For example, if you are live streaming and your friend is on, they can quote unquote knock on the door of your stream and you can let them in. If you were the streamer already streaming, it wouldn't enable your camera. It would just enable the person who's at the door. So it would enable their camera. However, if they were a VTuber, it would circumvent the VTubing face capture software and it would capture your real face, which is bad in the VTuber community because you want to keep your face hidden because of anonymity and stuff like that, right? Twitch, in an unusual, because Twitch never apologizes to VTubers. Let's be honest. Twitch doesn't really like us very much. So many VTubers get deplatformed on Twitch. It's not a surprise that they don't like us. However, the fact that they actually were like, hey, we apologize, especially to VTubers, particularly to VTubers. That's a big step. I know a lot of the big VTubers were like, please turn this off. This sucks. This is a crappy feature. They mean well. They wanted more collaboration, right? Because collab streams are always fun, right? However, it's not the way to do it. Doxing VTubers definitely does not promote happiness within the community, okay? So anyways, long story short, Twitch has fixed that problem. So thank goodness that they actually listened to feedback. Fantastic. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is just something that's a little bit cute. This is a post from Matara from Vshoujo on her Twitter/X account. Matara says, want to record at 6? Maid says, sure. Matara says, want to kiss? Maid says, no. Nope. It's just cute. It's just cute. What do you mean now? All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is posted on the Kurosanji subreddit, and this was posted by Temna. And it says, how some of the FGC view NIJISISTERS fighting game championship, right? Okay. Here it says, with NDF recently going rabid about Vivi and Doki both being in Sajam Slam, it's so obvious how non-VTuber fans soberly and negatively view the NIJISISTERS Defense Force. The NIJISISTERS Defense Force are so locked in regarding fandom disclosure, and they don't have self-awareness to recognize how they are viewed from people outside of their bubble when they attack prominent and respected members of other communities. Sajam is one of the most respected and chill members of the FGC. His measured response to the NIJI fan backlash on stream was fittingly exasperated and bewildered by how much they were foaming at the mouth. The NDF was outraged over NIJI supposedly being arbitrarily excluded from events. Ironically, their insane response to the Sam Jam Slam actually creates more difficulty for NIJI livers to be invited to this or other events. Who would want to deal with the drama of the NIJI fans' cause, especially when the popular opinion towards NIJI is already negative and would likely bring minimal benefit to the event? This is a screen cap of a fan of the FGC, and they say, looking at the Sajam Slam lineup, and I'm looking forward to it, but I wasn't expecting parasocial VTuber fans to break containment and start shit with Sajam. LOL. Sajam is like a human golden retriever. People need to like obtain social skills / touch grass, etc. Yikes, the NIJI fan base is kind of leaking into other fan bases and people are like, ew, what is this? Gross. Let's see what the people on Reddit gotta say. And this person says, of course, they immediately seize the opportunity to attempt to gaslight the F out of Banana. Unfortunately for them, this person does not fall for the BS. Someone said, started stuff with Sajam. Angry NIJI fans being really weird about the lineup and the logistics behind it. Honestly, incredibly dumb, but Sajam addressed this in his latest stream. To be fair, Doki's statement in the matter wasn't helping. Banana is like, I'm gonna be real with you. This is a pretty generic PR statement, and I think it's unproductive to search for some deep meaning behind it. It is, but the wording implies that Sajam offered Doki the option to kick Vivi. He didn't, which is what NIJI side is angry about. That's not a remotely reasonable thing for people to get angry about. I think people just choose their sides a while back when stuff hit the fan with NIJI Sanji and use this as an excuse to continue their feuding. I mean, Banana's not wrong. Banana's not wrong. And then this person says, VTuber fans' status alone are forever tainted with non-VTuber people, all thanks to the NDF. Here's our last piece of newsy news. This is Neko Miki. And Neko Miki is a lounge owner and jazz singer VTuber. So why are we talking about Neko Miki today? Well, this is a little bit of a trigger warning, and it's about something that happened at OFFKAI. So if you guys don't know what OFFKAI is a VTuber convention that is in California. Okay, so just so you know what OFFKAI is. Okay, Neko Miki is going to talk about something that happened at OFFKAI, which is a little bit troubling. So trigger warning is in effect. Okay, Neko Miki says, trigger warning, drugged drinks. I only mentioned this very briefly on stream when it happened, but at OFFKAI this year, I had my drink drugged at a party. That is very concerning. Oh my God. Let's continue. I was fortunate in that I caught it myself and only took one sip, remembering I put the drink down for a few seconds. Luckily, it only made me very sick for the evening, and thanks to some friends, I was able to make sure I left the con safely. That is terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. I bring this up now because I made a post the other day showcasing my drink toggle, role-playing making a drink for the post's readers. I was made incredibly uncomfortable by the number of replies that tried to roleplay back the drink was drugged, some even asking for it to be that way. It set off anxiety I did not even know I had from the con incident and made me realize how scary normalized actions like this are if it's made its way into general humor. All of this to say, please think before you speak and re-examine how you interact with others if necessary. It may seem like I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but it's tiny steps to help not normalize this, like not using it for humor. That would help in the long run to reduce the amount of SA or attempted SA that occurs. Just because I'm a woman does not mean I should expect this kind of behavior towards me. Something I'm sure my other female friends have also heard. Everyone should feel safe on and offline. Absolutely. I mean, this is a great sentiment for sure. Man, that's so scary. It's so scary because like you go to these conventions thinking that you're safe around like your kindred spirits, and then people try and like drug you at the convention, which is supposed to be a safe space. That is really sad, and it's really disheartening, and very luckily that she only took one sip and she had friends who could get her out of there, because not a lot of people would have noticed, you know, like, and it's so easy for someone to drug a drink. It happens in seconds, and it's really sad, and it's very concerning that this happened. Thank you so much, Neko Miki, for sharing your story, because that is that's terrifying. And I'm so glad you were able to get out of that situation safely. But yeah, like the body kind of holds trauma, doesn't it? That's something that we don't really talk about. But like when something traumatic happens to you, you know, our brain does this thing where it's like, that's unpleasant, let's push that away. But then, oh yeah, I'm mixing a drink on stream. Suddenly that memory comes back and it's like, hey, remember me? And you're like, no, oh my God, no. I mean, it's trauma brain, right? It's trauma brain. So it's very sad. And it's very like unfortunate that that happened. Definitely don't joke about stuff like that because that can be very uncomfortable and bring back some memories for people that may be unpleasant. So thank you so much, Nekomiki, for sharing your story. And thank you for being brave enough to share it. That's incredible. All right, friends, that is the end of the VTuber Newsy News. However, we do have someone for the VTuber Spotlight. This is Miss Oneric. This is her on Twitter/X. And this is her on Twitch. And okay, let me just read you the about section. She says, hi, I don't bite. I've collabed with Miss Oneric before. She's wonderful. She's cute. She's funny. And here's a quick clip of Miss Oneric in action.
I think he likes you. Look, if you're gonna at least knock me down, you could at least carry me in your arms.
It's so stupid. So stupid. Anyways, please go support Miss Oneric on Twitch and on Twitter. And that's it, friends. That's it for me. If you haven't already, please smash subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell for notifications. Also, quick reminder, guys. Quick reminder that on September 3rd, we are doing a Dakimakura drop on Uwu Market. So please look forward to that, okay, friends? Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Mwah! Bye-bye! Thank you so much for watching the video. Shout out to my patrons that help make these videos possible. If you want to help support the channel, you can always join my Patreon, subscribe to me on Twitch, or become a member on YouTube. I also have links to merch in the description below. As always, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!